the next few months to keep the interest level up?
Well, it would be those items that I was referencing, and perhaps not with the normal excitement around a drill hole, but as we're being viewed as a development story, any piece of news that we put out that says we've made progress in one area or another, essentially taking risk out of the development process, risk out of the permitting process, is something that can act as a catalyst. So it's completing metallurgical studies, it's submitting environmental assessment, it's submitting your project description. And again, as I mentioned, I think realistically being able to start talking about having signed agreements with the First Nation communities, those are the kinds of things that people will respond to in terms of making progress. Now, as I mentioned, I'll back up just a second. We still have 7 drill rigs operating on the property. 5 of those rigs are doing exclusively condemnation drilling. In other words, making sure that the areas that we're going to site are major pieces of infrastructure, waste dump and mill, are not going to be located over areas of potentially minable gold mineralization. The other 2 rigs are in the deposit itself, detailed drilling in the area of the first 2 to 3 years of expected production, so that we have the maximum level of confidence of what's there and can build an accurate mine schedule. Once that work is completed, which should be mid to late October, hopefully Tom will be taking one of those rigs and going off to Highland East and starting his drilling program there. But we've also initiated work with the geologic staff to begin looking at what deep drilling targets we might have at the Magino project itself, what's underneath our 6 million ounce cloud. We'll then segue into a small scale, deeper exploration program at modest cost into next year. And so that'll provide some impetus and news flow relating to more traditional exploration results. And I think that'll provide a nice balance to the market. People will see the development projects moving on, but there's still some upside to be talked about as well.
So is all the infill drilling been done, or is there still some going to be going on?
Yeah, the only remaining portion is probably by now about 4,000 to 5,000 meters of detailed infill in the area we expect will be mined early in the project life. So we have a high level of confidence in what's there. But most of the infill drilling has been completed. So now we need to go, okay, we've got the shallow part, shallow being 500 meters, shallow part of the system drilled out. What's underneath that? Again, the concept I mentioned of where the gold come from. We know by looking directly next door at 600, 700, 800, 900 meters, Ridgelawn is hitting some impressive grades. Press release early last week was 6 meters of 30 grams in a drill hole that was located just a few hundred meters from the property line. So we know there's high grades at depth. We just now need to focus our exploration attention on that and see what may be on our property. Yes, sir.
What's the greatest hurdle facing Prodigy Gold in the next 12 months, and what do you intend to do?
That's an excellent question, and I think with the progress that we've made on the technical side, drilling out the deposit, our 3rd resource estimate, 95% indicated, met testing almost complete. Technically, I think we are fine. I think what we really need to focus on is execution. The market right now is very, very sensitive to any delays, any hiccups in the development process. So I believe it's execution. We need to make sure we do get our environmental assessments completed on time. We do need to put out a good, detailed, robust pre-feasibility study. We do need to complete negotiations with the First Nations. People want to see those tangible check marks. It's no longer going to be for this company, I believe, the promise of some special event. But people we're now a development story. People expect to see evidence of progress in that development pathway.
Okay.
Well, if there are no further questions, we have refreshments in the back. There's some snacks. We have several members of the board of directors here, myself. Feel free to mingle, ask questions, and again, thank you very, very much for taking the time to come out here this Friday and sit with us at our AGM. And of course, I think I can say on behalf of the board of directors and our entire management team, we thank you for your support over the years and look forward to next year's AGM, where we'll hopefully be able to document more progress at Regina. Thank you.